ahí al BC, de ahí al 3 y de ahí hasta el 4B, que yo creo que va a haber 10 11, carnal, ¿ok? Venga. Bueno, te veo en el estado. ¿Para qué número eres?
3-4.
Ah, pues yo soy por ahí, ¿no?
Creo que sí.
Como 44 soy, sí, sí.
A very good afternoon and welcome as we head into what is going to be an exciting afternoon of competition. And it is from La Silla, 2 Grand Prix to bring you 2 Grand Prix that are stacked with an international lineup. First up is our GNP sponsored 2-star Grand Prix, and later on into our 5-star Grand Prix. Starting off with Sergio Nieto del Rio, and this is going to be a 9-year-old, in fact 14-year-old horse in Firefly. Dutch-bred horse by VDL Whittinger. Around the tracks designed by Gregory Bodo, our course designer here this week, as he makes the return here to La Silla, and of course in between has been course designer for those Olympic Games in Paris. So great to see him back in action here on the beautiful grounds here in Monterrey. Just a moment before we get underway. Of course, 74 seconds in total here. And good experienced rider to start us off. First of just over 50 in the 2-star class here. Unfortunately has the Hermes fence off as the starting point on the course. Nice move up to the birdhouse fence. They can just quietly come off there back towards the entrance gate to the double of the traditional more red and white, little plank hanging on the bare fence. And just in case you're wondering, there are some of them around the area here. We are up in the mountains. Just got stuck there in the triple combination. Ran out of steam in the middle part, and so not right for the last. And actually he's just going to say enough. So deciding to retire there for Sergio Nieto del Rio as the first there with Firefly. Comes in steadily in the first part, stands off the second, drops the legs down in there as well, just doesn't have the pace and the confidence to keep going from there, and sensibly just says we will take a little breather instead of attempting that again. So everybody comes off A-OK. Getting set up for our second of our class. There's plenty of space through the first couple of fences to get into their stride here. Moves the plank well. Comes back near the entrance easily enough for them. Also a triple combination, but carries on. It's up for our sponsors, Oxa. Clears the last, gets home in 75.76, so going to be a touch over that time allowed of 74. That, in fact, Sergio Nieto del Rio, and takes a bit of a longer shot there, but clears it easily enough. Previous combination was an error of what we were being fed through, so it went more like Sergio. And Sergio Nieto del Rio coming out with a total of 10 there at 75.76. Hankamaya now, and Hibli Damara as our next then, here with the H-roll by Contendro, this mare. It's back a little over the early fence there. Gets a nice forward shot, but it doesn't work out for them coming through the double, I'm afraid. Back under control. First thing again, she was Roberto Meduca and H Big Action, which makes a lot more sense. It's got them nicely quiet down again for Nirvana. work out this time. Just becomes a stretch there in the middle part. Not working out for them, afraid. Here from a little bit earlier on. And so we will move on to Ecuestre now. Shayna Blue P, 14-year-old by Giacomo 5. It's a German-bred ride for the Argentinian rider. A little bit potentially more experienced here. We'll see how they fare. One completing combination so far. Very early stages of this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix. Not to be either, just takes a little exception to the bears, I'm afraid. Slide to the side. Getting back underway in our GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix. Hopefully faring better is Lexi Ferdinand and Coco d'Avril is the 12-year-old French-bred ride by Kidam Revel for Lexi. Space to get this Enes opposite to start them off. Gets a nice shot at it. That's 9 on the bend. Again, just keeps a nice bending line up to the planks, no trouble at all. Combination, 2 strides on the way through. We're just getting a little bit longer out there, and I'm afraid slides to the side as well. Early in there for Lexi, I'm afraid, but it sounds as though she's all A-OK. And Coco Davril. Making good progress around the course so far. Skinny with the pencils alongside. There we go, that's how to do it. So Lexi Ferda shows them way, brings it home with Coco Davril. First clear of this GNP Seguros Grand Prix. Had a few slightly out of order of what we expected. This should be Leobardo Toro Flores and Moy Ellis Lacia. From that point of view, 17-year-old by Montebello Lacia, good experience combination. Here we've seen a number of times. Performing well in this wonderful arena. Now. Standoff there, but just gets across. And it's going to be very interesting to see for time. 74 seconds in the time allowed. We've seen Lexi Feder get around in 71.19. Just drops the back bar of that GNP Securus Oxer. A little bit of a longer shot there, but again, it's the scope and ability to stretch out over it. Campos. Imke van de Kieselhof is the 16-year-old by Cicero Z. Belgium. Gray takes a nice forward shot out and double. Again, with enough care at the plank. Combination. A little bit deeper, just took a little bit of a hesitation coming into that vertical. Just leaves them on the floor. Just gets stretched out of the Oxer there. Coming home on the 8th. They're starting to make the time all right. 71.70. Time allowed of 74. It's one of the, well, second fence for them. It's a nice shot over the Oxer as well, but just getting a little bit longer there as they go. Flattens along over that fence at 12. Carlos Sangarero, H5 Shack Attack. The 9-year-old by Kornel Balenski for the H5 team. Successful 2 weeks with a wide list of horses for them. Again, using themselves well. It's a really nice turn away from there, pretty swiftly turn back to this Oxer, doesn't waste any time drifting down the arena there. Certainly got loads of jumping ability, handling these fences easily enough, using the power well. Steps over the Liverpool. Carlos again has been sensible with time as well. He hasn't really wasted any ground between fences. Just a nice pace that suits him easily enough. He's got to get there before the 74, which doesn't get there easy at 71.84. Very tidy round for Carlos Sangarero and H5 Shack Attack for them. Joins the clear of Lexi Feder and Coco D'Avril. Just coming down like it's a nice, easy exercise. Patricia Pascal, Gazelle SM, an 8-year-old by Orient Express. The French-bred ride for the Mexican World Championship rider. Starting to settle in 2 clears of this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix so far. Too keen. A little bit more up in pace from our previous, but in 2 different styles. Smaller, lighter type Patricio. Strides out, starts to square it up, so he's going to nice move across right to left across the Liverpool. Now 69.18. Cruise round, like I say, more upbeat pace than that of Carlos Sangarero. 2 different styles, 2 different horses. A little bit faster, but again, same results coming out with the clear. So 3 of those now. Patricio Pascal, Carlos Sangarero and Lexi Ferrer on the clear list. Angela Gonzalez Munoz now, and Coquette the second. Holsteiner by Kotoki. Easily enough inside the 74 seconds, but again, not too much room out there on the course for dawdling around. Just all been on the button, kept either a good forward pace going or just kept it very tight and efficient. A little bit of a hesitant jump at the opposite, just gives it a little more confidence coming through there. They do, they get a nice ping on through. Some off the flank all right. Nicely forward enough through the triple combination. Gives the legs a little tiny bit of a rub. Them up with weights the GNP Oxer here, but unfortunately just cuts that fraction too tight. Weighing it up all the way, just stands off that Oxer a little bit, just gives it a little bit of a rattle, but it looks like it's going to stay there. 71.46, they're all dropping in about 71.5 in terms of time generally now. Nice enough round overall. Just caught it behind in the end. So holding at the 3 clears. One Bautista Bududi-Hutas and Londetta's Adele PS with that 10-year-old by Carambada Moves. Real mix of nations, which is great to see here. We're making for a very much international class. Not just Mexico, Canada, Argentina, USA, Germany, Denmark coming up in the next few. run away down to the triple, down to the plank. Now down towards the triple. Little touch on the way out, took it pretty nicely overall. Sarpin just gets it a fraction shorter for a couple. Tidily done so far. Just hangs a leg there at the oxer, but it'll stay. They don't get trouble with the last 72.53. I think somebody out there thought they were going to get a little bit close in terms of time, but all right. 72.53 gives us the next of the clears. Clear round number 4, going to Juan Bautista. And the next on the list there for Argentina. So we've got USA, 2 for Mexico, and 1 for Argentina now in this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix. Gina K. Puertos now, and Cheval V and VZ. 9-year-old by Carrera VDL. Out of a heartbreaker mare. The next of the Lady Riders representing Mexico. Yeah, it was just leaning back on themselves as they were going over some of those oxes. We're just going to start catching up with them. Now just settling back in again. Better through the triple combination. Gives them plenty of space here, maybe just a little too quietly for the time from that point of view. Again, pretty light fence there. Just going to run out of time as well. 74.66, so 2 down, plus 1 for time. Total of 9 there for Georgina. Stands off there and did well to make the second part. Goes into 8th place at the moment on a score of 9. Ana Sofia Legoretta Hernandez and Perla Optima Santa Rosa. 9-year-old by Cannon. Out of Cassandra Optima for Ana Sofia of Mexico. 13th on the list this afternoon. 4 clears out of a tricky start to the class. Settling in with that group already, banking their place into round 2. We'll move up to the birdhouses. Springs through the double. They've just, again, got to take care of how much they come on the inside line to that plank and confident shot at it. But again, it's going to throw a little bit further out as well, so you're going to lose some ground one way or the other. Gives enough clearance over the little skinny Didn't look enough there, though, unfortunately. Just going to drop the one fence again, like several in that mid-ranging 71 mark, 71.36. Just a little final instruction to get off the front part there. Worked well together. Here just starts to travel through there, which they get away with there, but then it catches up with them at the next. Carame Prez Nunes now, Felicie de Corcory. With a 9-year-old Melito de Rêve, but a plenty of similar classes this season so far, so should be able to handle this all right. Jumps confidently at the plank, little flick back there on the grey. Little skip uses the power through the triple combination, confidently coming down to the next to really excel across the stretch of the Ecuestre. Just on the 4 then for them. Now again, just a little push there. There's a lot of fence to get across at 12. 13 just comes up as a nice momentum afterwards. 71.65 for Carame Perez Nunes, finishing on just the 4 for them this time. So take a fair distance shot at the Ecuestre. Bruna Pizarro, Abril Hope Girl. The 11-year-old Argentinian bred horse for the Argentinian rider by Chester Z. Going right down to use the full space in the arena to get set up for the first. Nothing to stop you doing that. Just gets that nicely. Nice bend in the line to this triple combination. Again, sets them up in a really nice way for the rhythm through there. Has lost his stirrup, just trying to get it back. He's not going to try and get it back there, actually. He's going to leave it by the looks of it. Doing very well so far. Just should squeak the time enough. Yep, 73.63. 74 the time allowed. Can't quite see from there whether he managed to get his stirrup back. By the looks of it, they did. Yeah, there we go. Pedal is definitely on the metal. There we go. So adding to the clear list, it's 5 of those so far. Lorenzo Rodriguez to go next, and Prudence Castanou. 9-year-old here by Vannon for Lorenzo. Deer like over the second part of the double there. Triple combination just sits up nicely, like I say, just gets the head a little in the air, a little more deer-like in the style of jumping, and it works. Hang over that delicate little skinny. Gives that, as I say, a fair stretch across that so 70.91. Happy enough with that, with the clear for Lorenzo Mino Rodriguez. And Prudence Casteru. A little bit of a longer shot on the way in. Whoop. On the changeover. Wesley Newlands of Canada, Django the lead, the 11-year-old French bred horse by Landstrom. For Wesley. 6 clears to date in this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix. Double. Again, just balancing to not get too much to get to the blank. Combination. Again, good forward shot through the next. Gives herself enough space here with 9 to tray. Just as she's done land and go. Time-wise, all right. A bit of a longer shot there. Otherwise, good round. Just stood off a fraction at the Oxer. Fraction longer there at 2, and that was ending a little more power coming then into the double, which she achieved. Just a little bit too far away to get to it. Juan Jose Zandeas Zelgado and Just Nice Van Het in the Hof. 15-year-old by Deauville de la Vie. Clears to date in this GNP 2-star Grand Prix this afternoon. 1 and 2, 5-star to follow on a little later. Just easing up towards the halfway mark. Round 1. well-established partnership. Away, top bar, back end by the looks of it there. Home on the 8. Time not going to be an issue. So 69.81. Not change the fences on the floor there in the early double for them. Little catch behind. Quite finding a height over the plank, and then we saw that GNP fence dropping as well. Eve Jobs, Igmar. The 11-year-old Dutch bred was by Galliard de la Pomme, as team rider. See her making a return to the saddle in the last 12 months or so. The string back into the groove. Start the season down in Wellington, Florida. Has been here for the 2 weeks of the tour. This Lacia group of 2 5-stars together. To the left there, gives some space back. Line. Right down. Goes all the way in. There, straightens up. Keep the ship steady for the final 2 fences. Last fence isn't proving any issue for them. 72.56 and adds to the clear. So Eve Jobs and the 11-year-old Igmar will give us clear round number 7. Lovely balance through the triple combination. Jens Bachmann, Casa Petit PS, German rider who's also joined the German contingent that's headed out to the Mexican shows here. There's been a lovely tour of shows from Jalapa through to San Miguel del Allende, 2 weeks there, 3 and 5-star, 5-star in Jalapa as well, and 2 5-star weeks here in Lacia. Also Christian Alman. Jumping for week 1. Previous winner. Back. Winner last year in week 1 of the Grand Prix here. Last year's winner of the Grand Prix in terms of the 5-stars. So Chifogo and then came a little bar this week. 3. It's back to the results out of last week of competition here. Easily enough, 72.38. Steps watching. Also very fortunate to make the second last week 5-star. Won by Dara Kenny in the end. Nikolai Heinrichs now based out here in Mexico, the Danish rider with Cape Town. 9-year-old Oldenburger by Casalco. And then Chaco's Gladys, by Chaco. Out. combination. It's one miles apart. Very early on. One from home. Time-wise, just going to run a little bit tight. Should just, ooh, no, not quite enough. At 74.04, so it's going to be one time there for Nicolai Heinrichs. So what's been a good round overall with the 9-year-old Cape Town. I think we're probably going to be really just concentrating on the positives out of that overall. Shame not to see them into the jump off, but plenty of highlights to come out of that round. So just one time for them. The 9-year-old by Rock and Roll Semi, who's featured more now as a stallion. Really interesting to see Rock coming through. Represents Colombian-based United States, as he has been for a long time now. He's really having to settle now to that second fence. Through the triple combination. Just unfortunately leads on though through that signature Oxa. Someone before. Use the power, use the pace, and the right ingredients. But it is just under 4 though for them, 69.76. Right, Mark Blumen this time around, holding at the 8 clears now.
And we welcome our next donation for the 8 years, and this is Russell, versus by Carles, the golden Chile. Chile is represented by Juan Walker.
And Poisson, the 10-year-old by Caraciniel. Chile. Skinny there, drops very easily. On the 8, little unsteady at the last, 72.82. Really put the effort in over the plank. Just a fraction away from that, obviously just quite making it across. combination space to get ready. And Quinn 33, again very much in the frame last week in the similar class. Holsteiner by Keenan de Revel for the rider representing Germany. Communication working down to the Ecuestre. At that point, deciding to retire there for Winkelmann of Germany. The 8 clears at the moment. Pandora. Nice today for the Belgian Championship and Nations Cup rider. Again, been here on a tour of the United States and the Mexican shows. It's regular in Wellington, Florida these days through the winter as well. Surprise. She's not able to quite shake it off, so I'm afraid hand goes up. And deciding to retire there for Nicola and Pandora, I'm afraid. So that trouble when it comes in, unfortunately. Early on in the round. Move on to Luis Gerardo Castaneda now and Cordial LS on the 9-year-old. Mexican bred ride by Chacon LS Lassie, the Lassie stud book, of course, here. So the denotation of them also being bred at the Lassie stud here in Mexico. The Lassie venue, stud a separate venue but all connected. So so far. It's a little bit getting the balance back after the Liverpool. Verbal encouragement. Time's going to be tight. Time's going to be too tight. 74.38, it's going to be one time. So good round overall, but unfortunately just caught out by the clock. For Luis Gerardo Castaneda and Cordial LS this time around. Sanchez Navarro and Graduo, the 13-year-old Dutchman, was by card Enzo for Eduardo. There's an early rail in the double at 4. Get there. Find this tighter related distance. Going to be okay time-wise. Going to be around about 71.5 here, 71.77. Just on the 4 for Eduardo Sanchez Navarro and Graduo, so just the 1 down for them. Means we stay at the 8 clears so far in this GNP Seguros G-Star Grand Prix. Extend here into the bird's fence. David Garcia de la Gaza, Correcto LS. That's moving away. Mexican reading here. Without too much trouble. Dangerous. Should be okay for time, all right. That's 71.72. Long second last, yeah, 71.51. Clear there for David Garcia de la Gaza. And so takes us up to, what, 9 clears now? One at the first worked out well. Strong. You see, round about 20 left to go in the first round of this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. Eugenio Garza and Chaloris PS, the 10-year-old by Chaco Blue, there by Balubé Rouet. Their second week of competition here. From here in Monterrey. To spend much of the rest of the winter facing Wellington, Florida as well. Good result last week. Jumps super round in the first round of the Grand Prix as well. Really good shot there. Building up.
¿Seguro?
Some horses take a little bit of the back seat through summer due to the games. Nice and balanced. Last, unfortunately, drops that final fence at 70.94. Just leave the final fence on the deck there for Eugenio Garza and Chaloris PS. Tidy through the rest of the round, and again just misses out, so stays in the 9 clears. John Perez Moore. An 8-year-old here by Toulon. Just a little bit fired up towards the end, but again will all be part of the learning experience. Tied up, little skinny. Rodrigo Lambre now, and take off Yara PS for the 9-year-old by Talibé Z. Christian Alman. Nice winner.
Mexico, Germany, US, and Argentina are represented. And we continue in our chapter, we continue in our journey on
First was right
Mexico and Andy
a bit of a feeling as a rider. So far, 9 of those. There's Daniel Moscona now, and Andy Z. To our sights in a second on the 9-year-old by Cassius 2. Ray here. Is featuring Argentina, USA, Mexico, Germany. So far. Risks it in the pole. Tight down there, just on the 4 at the moment. That will be 4 at 70.52, just on the 1 down for Daniel. Goes into 13th place overall. Starts to get, well, out of space. Blank. US rider, very good run over in Europe this season. Ben Mayer, side of the Atlantic. As well. Verbal instruction to wait. Still on the clear at the moment for Natalie. Little touch there at the Ecuestre. Good for time. And there she goes with the clear. Adding to the list now. And 10 of those, USA in the frame with Natalie Dean and .com de Tweet, continuing a very good season. Juan Carlos Alvarez next with Big Stan. 10-year-old Westphalian by Staccato. Some space back to 9, all right. Well, for Juan Carlos, got his eyes on joining that jump off as well. Unfortunately, won't be, like several. They just start to get a little forward and overexcited and touch them down with one fence that just gets a little bit narrowed up down that line to the skinny. Tries everything almost underneath by the looks of that, but again, not seeing that too closely. Eduardo de Menezes has a really good run for him here last week as well. Several times at the top of the podium in these similar classes. A rider who's won right the way through to the big 5-star competitions. 8-5 Nocando, 9-year-old by Comme Il Faut. He's so exceedingly popular as a stallion now. Lovely rider to watch. Generally cool, calm. Produces them really well. See, just despite being a man of 6 foot something, just looks light. And, just nicely done. And then as they land, just get that move away without too much shake up. A little rub there. Clears at the moment, looking to add to the list. Gives 12 a little bit of a scare. 13 is no issue. 73.44 just touches inside the time allowed. Half a second to spare there for Eduardo de Menezes. And H5 Nocando on the 9-year-old Dutch bred ride. And again, just keeps calm, just again lifts the legs at the last seconds there to just really stay off that oxa. Paola Amalibia now of Mexico on I'm a Star, which is by E-Star, which is another generation of Big Star. Out of El Grey, which is by Cardente. Again, Mexican team ride up. Just around a dozen left to go. 11 clears in the frame now. Tiny touch of that oxa. Back up, just gets a little bit tight, just gives the flag a little wobble. Stay straight for this final line. Time's going to be just good enough. 72.52. Nicely timed out for Paula Ambolivia and I'm a Star to give us the next. Takes us to a dozen. 12 clears on the list. Grega now of Mexico and Puertas Milisparo. A 12-year-old Argentinian bred ride by Casparo. Out of mare by Piccadilly Tame. The Mexican rider with the Argentinian bred grey. Tiny touches. Just tries to get them to wait down there. You can see he was getting a little longer up the rein to hold them back. Just gives a little gentle rock the front bar. Quietly wait again. You can just see that it was going to get tight for them. Handling it well. Time should be okay. There we go. And so another one books their place into the second round now, and it's 13 now. Moragrega and Puertas Milisparo going into the jump off as well. Geronimo Jimenez to go now, and Pampero for Argentina. The 14-year-old by Chaco Blue. Wise now 13 to return. See just around 10 left to go in the first round. There's been a number that have been just caught out by the first fence. We had a sticky start to the class, then it sort of settled down. Several had that first fence. The MS Oxer. MS with their new lounge alongside the arena. In fact, that's the one they're about to ride past with the umbrellas. Another good meeting spot around this La Silla arena. Some just kind of poke through. Just been a little bit of cloud in around just to grey it down a little bit. Such a spectacular spot there. No showground like it in the world. And here in Monterrey. This La Silla grounds. Quietly to the little delicate vertical on the 4. Just going to keep it at the one fence down. 71.72, 1 down for Geronimo and Pampero this time around. So they join the list of those just on the one rail. And so I'm just finding that a little bit tighter down there. He just about gets away with it down to the skinny. Juan Ignacio Pacheco Perez next. And Toki the second come into view. 13-year-old by Cascal. The German bred horse gets a little pat. Okay, here we go. Oh, first fence again. Like I say, it's not been a giveaway. Takes a circle, just a little unsteady from early on, so back in the saddle, hand goes up and deciding to retire. Just making a cut across the first, costing them to start off with. European medalist, who's Belgian champion Jos Verlooy and Amaro van der Meerse. Is the 10-year-old Belge gelding by de Montesemi. Rider, as I say, has won through to Europeans very early in his career, winning the Los Angeles Grand Prix. Competed out in the United States before and a number of the World Cup shows, and in Wellington. It's one of the biggest shows throughout Europe. Sits up lightly in the saddle. And it's starting to get to into the real grind of the course. Settles down again, quietly right back. He's tall and has such a stretch with his arms, such length he's able to use there as well. Needed. Nicely done, nice pace so far. Time should be okay. And easily in their ability. 72.24, Jos Verlooy and Amaro will join in the clear round list. Steps over the plank. Now for the Mexican Olympian, Nicolas Pizarro and Farino de Guinefort, the 9-year-old by Upsilon. Highly accomplished rider for the Mexican team. Terrific string of horses around him at the top, but always you can see reducing the next line through as well. That keeps a tight, tidy control through the triple combination line to the Oxer. good so far. Nice and square to the GNP fence, and a little bit of curve to the last. And 73-14. Using all the space. A little bit of breathing space left though for Nick Pizarro and Frino de Guinea-Fort. So they give some air over the second part of that oxer. Excel at the second part of the double rather, over the verticals there too at the skinny. And final fence sailing through there. Gabriela Reuter and Billy Lincoln again on the podium already in these 2 weeks of big competition here. Billy Lincoln on the Anglo-European stud book by Sharman. This British bred ride. Not quite as strong at the second fence, better at the third. Just goes to reach out that double, no, and it's not going to be right for 5. Much better through the triple combination. Good recovery. Obviously pick up time as well. More interested in a really good finish. Yeah, once they were back in the groove there, actually, it was working well. Okay, time is to add as well to take them to 26 in total, 87.42. Quietly at the second fence. Just took a leap into the second part of the double. Fernando Godino now, and Billy Celebrity. Another on the Anglo-European stud, but by Billy Congo, which was the European Championship team winning horse with Will Funnell. It's gone on to breed so many horses. Number through to the 5-star level. Famed by Ferragamo, Brazilian. Stronger touch on the way out of the double. It's a nice line up to the plank. Again, just keeping the smooth run there to keep the turn coming as they're going over it. A continuing line through. Just it doesn't get the stretch across there, the middle part of the triple. Very quiet up to the Liverpool, but it works. Just went to cut across as they were coming at 11 there. Put them low, and so it's going to be a little bit of time to add as well. 2 for time, 8 jumping. 10 overall with Billy Celebrity and Fernando Godino. A little bit more of a reach coming through the middle part. Francisco Lomelin now of Mexico. Yeah, 11-year-old French bred horse. Martinez. Just coming down into our final 4 in round 1. Clears as it stands. Might be more. They've just got tight for a few. It's okay for them. They've got to hold this together for the last time. Is going to be okay. Last hasn't been a big issue for many. 69-17, and will book their place into the jump off with Clearand, number 16 of the group. So remaining Uruguay, Belgium, USA. There's Ryder Bliss. Here's now Petit Chevet, a 9-year-old here by Emerald. Out of Danone, which is by Veron. Touch maybe look at the dam side more than Emerald, but I'm sure we'll see a flash of both when we see them in action. A little late weight. Responded well. Touches through the triple combination. Still good though. One from home. And looking good for Bliss Here's at 71.39 as they complete. And so we'll add to the jump off list. Another one for the USA. Zoe Conta, Dawa de Green Bay Z, long-time partnership for this pair. The 12-year-old by Diorado. Both Zoe and Emily, the two sisters, have had a very good run here at the Mexican tour of shows over the last few weeks. Zoe looking to continue to capitalise on what's been a very good run. Lovely, confident, smooth shot through the triple combination. run from home. And continues a smooth run. 71.05 going clear there for Zoe Conte and Dawa de Green Bay Z. So they'll go late into that jump off. Final few are really coming out strong. Bliss Hears goes clear. Zoe Conte goes clear, USA and Belgium. And we'll just leave us one to come. 18 clears on the list, so a fair group to return for the jump off. Last out in the first round for Uruguay, Juan Manuel Luzado and Chart Lady Fly PS. And the old Oldenburg by Chaco Azul. Out, stretches, gets forward in the saddle, gets things back. Big spring to get over the last part there in the double. Still giving these fences air on this 9-year-old. Just tries to reach, but just not able to reach enough. Just not quite settled. Again, maybe just having a move up there is sensibly giving the horse a pat. Says, okay, we'll end it there, I think. Stay on a better note. So we'll complete the first round of this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. Long list coming back for the jump off. 18, in fact, to return for that. We're just probably going to be around 10 minutes before we get underway with that. Gregory Bordeaux just going to go and make the finishing touches. You can see there, I think that's Gregory just dropping a fence down there. And so we'll be back in a few minutes' time with that jump off of our 2 Grand Prix that will bring you this afternoon. The 5 stars to come a little later. There's the list of those returning for the jump off, and starting off with Argentina, got USA, Mexico, and Germany in the frame there. Eve Jobs, Natalie Dean for the US. For Mexico, Carlos Guerrero, Patricio Pascal in the early runners there, and then on to a few more to come in that list. As say, 18 returning in total for those qualifying for the jump off. Bruno Pizarro representing Argentina. Argentina, in fact, with Juan Bautista will start us off into that jump-off lineup. And that'll be the early group. So just around half of those, with 18 in fact to return. Second half, we'll see Josper Loy, Bliss here, Zoe Conter in that group. A couple of them with just one title, just missing out. Klein Roos and Cape Town. Got a couple of the 9-year-olds there, Cordial LS with Luis Gerardo Castaneda. And Zoe Conter going to be last to go in that jump off.
Domingo, we have 5 minutos, 5.
Well, it looks like all set to run into the jump off of our GNP Seguros two-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. I say one of two Grand Prix that we're going to bring you. Short course, new fence 15, 11, 12, 7B, C, 3 and 4B. So finishing over the second part of what was the early double. And first getting ready, which is Juan Bautista Pedute Hotas and Londenta's Adele PS. Giving us the first of 18 to go here. So good start. Down to what is going to be the last this time. They could really hurdle it there. 37.16 from the first to go. So Juan Bautista of Argentina gives us a good start. Turn back up here to the little skinny and really took that as tight as you like. Didn't have any trouble with the distance across the Ecuestre. The spread there coming up well for them. And nice as I say, there's a double now with that last part taken out. Second up, Alexis Ferrer and Coco d'Avril. 12-year-old by Kidam de Revel. So the new fence, the Bernorte fence, turning back here. Again, they're able to just get a nice, neat little hop at it. You can extend it up. This is looking a good start as well. Just going to be a real chase down here. Should be able to maybe a second off. We'll see. It's going to be very close between them. Not quite a second, but a quarter of one. 36.89 and new leader already. Alexis Ferrer of the USA and Coco d'Avril. Again, gets a lovely deep shot down to that little skinny there. Pops over that. And then completely different, real stretch out. Carlos Sangarero, age 5, Shack Attack. 9-year-old by Kornet Obolensky. Carlos Sangarero, age 5, Shack Attack. The 9-year-old by Kornet Obolensky. Tidy again. So much scope, easy done. Ooh. A little bit tight there. Inside the island, as I think they all will do, if they're going for a shot at it. You're not at this point if you're not going to. And can just stretch out neatly. Starts to gain ground easily there as they take nearly 2 seconds off. 34.99. Carlos Sangarero and H5 Shack Attack. Just a little move right to left. Just adds that in, and again it shaves just fractions of a second off, which makes all the difference. Shack Attack, a 9-year-old So much more to come there. Patricia Pascal and Gazelle SM on an 8-year-old here. So going back a year. The French bred there by Orient Express. Quite as balanced, but a younger horse here as well. See, what they're getting is good. Not quite able to ask the same questions. Just gives them a little run, but last fence coming down there as well. 34.48, 8 foots there for Patricia Pascal and Gazelle SM. Made a very good effort over the little skinny. Again, just then got a little bit tight to the Oxa. Should be Bruno Pizarro now. And Abril Hope Girl, the 11-year-old Argentinian bred horse. Slice across the Benorte, and then this. How much do they dare here? A little fraction straighter than some. Still doesn't get the stretch though across the middle. Well, the Oxa going into the double. $34.99 leading time so far. 35.70. They're all staying in a similar ballpark, but unfortunately, it's going to be a fence down on the way. Like I said, just gives a little bit more room there. Carlos Hank really tight up to that little style. Lorenzo Mino Rodriguez and Prudence Castanu. And roll by Vannon. One just gives the front bar a scare there. Tidy enough through the first few. Don't think tidy enough to be catching our current leader. But a good effort. Hands back well through this line. Maybe second or so adrift, but a nice round overall. Just doesn't find the height over the last in the end. So finishing on the 4, Eve Jobs now. And Igmar to go chasing Carlos and Guerrero. And H5, Shakadak. Now for the Pan Am medalist on the 11-year-old gelding. Again, she's given a little bit more space there, but gets herself some space out to it, but keeps coming. She's pacier possibly in the second part of the track. All depends on this. Has a run at this, it's going to run very close, might not be enough, but it's going to be good to go in the top few. Into second, free job, Sanigmar, 35.46, leading time 34.99. So into second for Eve, Carlos Sancarero leading, Lexi Ferrer in third now. Jens Bachmann of Germany, Casa Petit PS, the 9-year-old by Kasselko. A German again who's been on the winning lineup already in the last 2 weeks here. See how he's setting up to cut the first. Just keep it really tidy, almost in that Christian Almond style as well, but unfortunately has it down, just gets a fraction close to it. But the method was certainly correct. Unfortunately, the execution in the end just cost them a rail. Just going to leave them on the 4, 37.23. Drops the fence, goes into 7th, plays for Jens Bachmann this time, and Casa Petit PS. Good exuberant shot over the Oxer. Keenly enough over there here through the double as it is now. Jens Bachmann into 7th spot. Carlos Sancarero still leading. David Garcia de la Garza now, and Tintoretto LS. The 12-year-old Mexican bred horse. See if he and this gelding can get ahead of fellow Mexican rider Carlos Sancarero. And get across to the board so they get that left tight, tidy turn back. Again, those couple of early ones are really deep into that little skinny and just made it work. Those that are standing off a little bit more, it's not quite coming up as well. Leave them on 8 at 40.93. So then sort of reach flatter across that skinny. Natalie Dean, .com de Tuy. US team rider. This might be right up her street on this 11-year-old. See, they get out to the boards, get them across it, almost edging as he's coming up to it, edging to get closer to it, to get that move across. Gets the air over the vertical. Enough space at the Ecuestre. Moves on nicely. This just might be a little bit, a fraction quicker ground speed. Looking good. She's got space to get in front here. Should get in front. Just going to squeeze it down to, yes, 3/4 of a second ahead. 34.24, and new leader in Natalie Dean and .com. Just had really good pace there from the Ecuestre back to this double. All makes a difference. Eduardo de Menezes and H5 Nokandu. 9-year-old mare here by Comme Il Faut for the rider representing Brazil. Oh, it's for the Mexican H5 stables. The base is up in the United States as well. Gregory Bordeaux there, just beyond Eduardo. Course designer here this week. Tidy. Eduardo, who's also involved in the training of Carlos as well. Just a bit fraction, if it really digging around, they were just a fraction longer possibly than they wanted on that turn. Very good though. Could be a new leader. And does it so well. Yep. 0.58, the difference, 33.66, new leader for Eduardo de Menezes and H5 Nokando. Oh, look at that. That's a horse jumping. Paola Amalibia, I'm a Star. Star in front is Eduardo de Menezes and another 9-year-old for the H5 team. They hold first and third at the moment. Natalie Dean between them. Paola Amalibia and the E-Star side, I'm a Star. Now this 11-year-old Dutch-bred stallion. Working her way down the 18 in the jump off here. Now she goes a more straighter shot there. Much wider. Just not as settled into that Ecuestre, unfortunately. Home on the 4, 42.54, was a little bit more generous in their route around, and so on the 4 faults goes a little bit further down for Paola Amalibia into 10th place. Ian Moragrega now of Mexico and Puertas Milsparro of the Argentinian 12-year-old horse. Eduardo de Menezes is leading with the 9-year-old H5 Nokando. As I say, they were on the podium here last week as well, or he was. Tidy. less settled coming into the first part of that double. Eduardo, when you watch him, if you compare the rounds, just see so little going on. That doesn't mean there isn't, but just with those top smooth rides. Got a really good shot here though for Real here. Try to get a tighter inside turn. Jos Valoy and Amaro. Oh, Van der Museau. See that building in the background actually with the lights on, that's the indoor arena where they warm up. There's another indoor, well, another all-weather surface up on the hill. Jos Valoy then of Belgium. First of 5. Say touch wider than the skinny, but he's just settling them back down around the island. So a little bit busy after that. Setting them up for the last couple down though on the way. And it's going to be 8 faults, 39-62 for Jos Valoy this time with Amaro. Tight enough turn up there, but again just trying to take an slightly inside line to the Oxer, just runs out of space. Nick Pizarro and Farino de Guinefort. 9-year-old for the Mexican rider. This French-bred ride by Upsilon. Line inside, maybe just not as ground speed fast as the other top 3 at the moment. It's not going to catch the leader, but it's going to be a nice round overall. And there we go. 2 3/4 seconds adrift the leader, 36.43, but top 5 for Nick Pizarro. Again, gives the 9-year-old a good test out. So goes into 5th place so far. Francisco Lomelin now looking to catch our leader. 1 of 3 left to go. Eduardo Menezes still leads, clear at 33.66. Natalie Dean second, 34.24. And Carlos Sancarero in third, 34.99. Still leaves Bliss Hears and Zoe Conter after this. Little touch to the first, it just not enough spring for that little skinny. coming home in what will be a decent enough time, but unfortunately on the fall there, 36.30, one down into 10th place for Francisco Lomelin there. Back to this and just not able to be stable enough to get over that little vertical. Bliss here's one of two left then. Petit Gervais. Well, something's wrong. I'm not sure it's attack. Yeah, I think just something around the nose band. The nose band's not quite on. She looks to be trying to do that back up. Okay. It's a nice shot at the first. It's so easy when something like that just, if nothing else, just breaks your concentration a little bit, but she gets a good confident run at the Ecuestre. This is not going to be too far away. Not going to be enough, but not far away. A really confident hurdle at the last as well. And we'll go into fourth place for Bliss Here's and Petit Gervais. Here back to the little skinny. And as we look back at the winners round, you'd see how tight some of those have been to that little skinny there. Just a little pop underneath it. Zoe Conte last to go. Darwood at Green Bay Z, final one in this GNP Seguros 2-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. I think we're swiftly moving on to our 5-star after that. Zoe on the 12-year-old. As I say, it's been a very successful, fruitful few weeks here in Mexico for the Conte sisters. Smoothly done. The balance back again. It's all about having your balance. Already looking. Opens up the rain. Now she's chasing. She's got a chance. She's got to keep coming though. Oh, and it's gone. Previous fence is gone, so it's 34.03. She would have gone second, but one down into 9th place there for Zoe Conte in the end. Got a really good start out of that. A really nice inside run. But it's a win for Eduardo de Menezes once again, this time with H5 Nocando on clear 33.66. Natalie Dean will finish second for the USA and .com Dui. Third place, Carlos Guerrero, H5 Shack Attack. Bliss Here's and Eve Jobs fly the flag for the USA in 4th and 5th, with Petit Gervais and Igmar, and 6th place to Nicholas Pizarro and Farino. So that's the lineup. Coming up is the presentation to Eduardo, and then we'll be, swiftly moving on to our GNP Seguros 5-star Grand Prix here from La Silla.
Voy a apagar los micros, voy a dejar uno nada más, ¿eh? De nada. Estoy corriendo. ¿Dónde fuiste, Apolo González? Pero ese era un video que les hacía falta, güey. Porque yo creo que era un video que les hacía falta. Sí, que si fuera pista 2 o ya la Lili. Ah, mames, tío, parece la GNP de aquí.
Uno, dos, tres, ¿te llega?
Okay. Let's make it one to remember.
So,
So we are getting set and ready for the prize giving of our Grand Prix.
Todavía faltaba el chaparro y ellos. Mira, se así, mira, así.
Our top 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Súbele. Está llegando.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Sí te llega. Estoy tocando el micro. ¿Eh? No se escuchaba nada, güey.
For the elimination in third position. Very good news. Second tournament from the Los Angeles International Two-Star Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of our winning country. Hymno Nacional, ladies and gentlemen, please all rise and face the flag, the national anthem of Brazil.
Uno, dos, uno, dos. Uno, dos, uno, dos.
Say congratulations to our combination in the third place. In third is celebrate H5 Shakatak and Carlos Alguerreiro representando Mexico. Second for the Congo to be Anna Tintin and Eduardo all the way on top of our podium in the Grand Prix GNP Seguros.
H5 no cambio. Eduardo Pereira de Menezes.
Dos.
H5 team in incredible form. H5 Shakatak in third, H5 Cando in the first. Beautiful picture with Carlos Lang and as well, of course, our president of the organizing committee, Ingeniero Alfonso Romo Garza Aguilera, is stepping forward as well to place himself in front of the podium and say congratulations to Carlos, Natalie, and Eduardo. Then it's time for the more than deserved champagne moment in the Grand Prix.
Champagne shower, I guess. Eduardo Pereira de Menezes with the champagne for Natalie Dean and Carlos Anguerreiro. And then we serve them and we say cheers to our audience. We say cheers to our top three of the Grand Prix GNP Seguros. It is increíble, our brilliant podium. We say cheers, we say salud. Carlos Anguerreiro, Natalie Dean and Eduardo Pereira de Menezes. Beautiful podium, beautiful top three in our Grand Prix GNP Seguros. The first of two sensational Grand Prix here today. We thank Carlos Ang, we thank Ingeniero Alfonso Romo Garza Aguilera for being with us in the prize giving of the two-star Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. And then there is one thing left to do in this award ceremony of the first of two Grand Prix today, the final day, the ultimate culmination of the 2024 edition of Concurso de Salto La Silla here in Monterrey. Eve Jobs in 5th place, Bliss Sears in 4th, Carlos Anguerreiro in 3rd, Natalie Dean in 2nd. But Eduardo, it's all yours, nuestro ganador, our champion, H5 no cambio, Eduardo Pereira de Menezes.
¿No traes croquis de casualidad? ¿De casualidad no traes croquis? Ajá.
Our winner, nuestro ganador, Brasil, Eduardo Pereira de Menezes. And with that, we drop the curtains over the two-star Grand Prix GNP Seguros, where we are getting the scene ready, we're getting the stage ready for the ultimate culmination. The best riders and horses in the world in a clash of titans, a clash of equestrian titans in the Grand Prix GNP Seguros here this afternoon in Monterrey at the concurso de Salto La Silla 2024, where legends are made.
o sea, se cortaba, se empezó a cortar y luego al último ya no iba nada.
Dos, dos, uno, dos, tres, probando audio. Dos, dos, dos.
A brilliant show act, ladies and gentlemen, from our Lacia show family. And so we are ready, we are set for a beautiful afternoon of international five-star sport with the very best riders and horses in the world, battling it out in the Grand Prix GNP Seguros.